Going to go ahead and record this. And thank you guys for jumping on here tonight. As always, it's a pleasure to be on here with you. And I'm going to share my screen. We're going to do some quick announcements. And I know my guests are trying to get on. So one is with me and the other one just texted me to say, I'm coming. So she'll be coming in hot and we'll get that in just a second. But in the meantime, we're going to do some quick announcements. So guys, here is the newest that I know schedule for the week. So if you're looking for what Zooms we're doing, go ahead and grab a screenshot of this. This is what we do throughout the week. There's some, sometimes they get, moved around a little bit, but this is the bare bones kind of minimum of what we have. And we would love to see you at each of these. And again, if you've got one that you want us to promote, just let me know, I'll add it to the schedule. Hopefully you are a part of our Telegram channel. If you are not, go find us, New Age Communication 2022, because we would love to see you. And then I wanted to make sure that everybody saw this. Like hopefully everybody was on the Zoom, or not the Zoom, the live shopping show on Wednesday talking about detoxing, and super powerful, very informative. But I'm gonna say my favorite part was this. Like I love Restorix. Haven't quite got the kids to try it yet. They look at it and go, but we'll get them there. I love it. I use it every single day. And the opportunity to buy one, get one free is a no-brainer. So lots of shopping happening over here, but we only have until the 17th. So if you wanna get it, grab it before it's gone, because it's until it sells out. So if we lose, if we run out before the 17th, we're out of luck. So make sure you grab that. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and switch gears. And I see that both of my lovely ladies are on here. I should have made one slide, but I actually made two, because I have two beautiful women that are beautiful on the inside, just as beautiful as they are on the outside. So we have Dr. Kristal Vance and we have Kristen White, and they're jumping on with us tonight just to share their wisdom on a variety of subjects. So I've got to make Kristal a co-host again, make it a co-host. And then I'm going to spotlight both of you. Sorry, guys, I can't do two things at once. So if you expect me to be able to talk and like highlight, I can't do it. So you're just going to get, if I ever text and try to talk, I'm going to tell you out loud when I'm texting. Like I do not have the skill set other than that. But ladies, first of all, I want to thank you. Thank you for getting on here. I know that you both are incredibly busy. Like we're looking at like two of the busiest women in all of New Age. So for you to pause your week and jump on here, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I kind of wanted to kind of tag team all of us together. And so if you wouldn't mind, and we're going to do it in alphabetical order. So I think that's you, Dr. Kristal. But I'm going to kind of ask you both the same. Did you see how hard I had to think right there? I'm like, do I go by the doctor or the A? Either way, it was Kristal first, so we're just going to rock it. But I'm going to kick it off with you and just pretend like a lot of people on here, hopefully you guys know these ladies. They're incredible. They're absolute powerhouses. And we kind of know both of you in two ways. So I'm going to kind of back up real quick. So we all have seen Dr. Kristal's like physical transformation, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. But she's also a power, like master builder. That's how I know her the best. And then Kristen, we know her as like this fitness guru, and like she can burpee like no one can burpee. But then she's also an incredible businesswoman. So I'm excited to hear from like both sides of these beautiful ladies. So if you don't know them, listen in, because they've got a lot of value to add to us tonight. So Kristal, if you wouldn't mind just kicking us off with your story, and then Kristen, you jump up next, but I would appreciate that from both of you. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, hi guys. If for any reason my Wi-Fi starts to kick out, let me know. Like give me a thumbs up or something, shake your hands. I'm back here in Wyoming in Cheyenne, and like, I don't know if it's because of the Air Force being here, but reception for Wi-Fi is terrible. So bear with me. But if I have not met you before, I just want to say hi and welcome. And Thanks, Andrea, for the nice introduction. I don't know. I feel like I've been on an endless vacation here for the last couple weeks, even though like I think a little bit is because I love what I do. I was getting ready to go to some continuing education right before the Mega Millions, not this last one, but the one before it. And my dad said, well, you know what? You're not even going to have to go on that continuing ed because you're going to win these Mega Millions, and you're not even gonna have to go. And you know what happened? I was like, oh no, I still want to go. And I was like, that's how you know that you love what you're doing, is that it was like, oh no, I still want to go learn. I still want, like, I love what we do here. This is something for 23, I always get stuck in time warp, but for the last 23 years in practice as a chiropractor, that was my study. And I was in private practice for 20 some years. And I'm going to stay more on the business side of this evening. Man, it was about 7 years ago. I was hitting that 40-year-old age. And you know where you like start to self-assess when you're going through birthdays. And I started to self-assess. And like, I was very frustrated with my health at the time. I was close to 300 pounds. I decided, Kristen, you're going to love this. I decided to run a half marathon at 300 pounds. And here was this was my mindset. If I can go to the mall and walk for 4 hours shopping at Christmas and not ever stop, I just keep walking, then I sure as heck can go do a half marathon, because it's going to be about 4 hours of walking. So if I could do it there, I can do it here. Listen to people like Kristen who are fitness experts. If you're going to listen to, get a mentor in any business, in any, like, listen to your upline. Don't go at it by yourself and think, I can just do this. Because my life could have been a whole lot easier. I could have had a lot more success. I could have had a lot less pain at the end of that half marathon if I hadn't gone off on my own tangent and just decided to do it myself. But needless to say, I did accomplish it, and I got it done. But that's sort of how I was running my whole life. And I don't know if any of you can relate to that, where you're like, I got this goal, I got this dream, and you go off kind of, for the lack of better word, half-cocked. That was what I did. I'm 40 years old. I'm not happy. My business is doing pretty good, but like, I kind of feel like I'm in the land of mediocrity. Like, I'm not, like, I could go bigger or I could go smaller, but sitting right here isn't fulfilling anymore. I didn't feel like I was on purpose in any part of my life. My relationships weren't amazing. I wasn't in a great marriage. I wasn't a great step parent. I wasn't, like, health-wise, I wasn't succeeding. Business-wise, I wasn't like rocking the world. And I was like, I am so tired of being mediocre. I'm so tired of it. This isn't who I was destined to be. And I knew it in my gut, like my whole life. I've just had this feeling like I was going to do something great. Anybody else feel like that? Like, growing up, you just expected that something big was going to happen in your life. And I'm like, when's it going to happen? When am I going to go after something big? And so I kind of drew a line and was like, whatever makes me uncomfortable, that's what I'm going to do. Because success is in our, like, right? Success leaves clues. And so many successful people I heard say, go do something that makes you uncomfortable and it'll get you closer to the successes you want.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I did. When very shortly after this, Robin DeMio, amazing woman, reached out to me and was like, hey, I feel like I'm supposed to tell you about this. And so she let me in on what New Age is. And I was like, I don't know. I don't think that's for me. No, I was so skeptical. If you came here skeptical, join the crowd. If you came here going, this isn't really my cup of tea, this is not what I dreamed of, join the crowd. But I can tell you one thing, it's the best decision I ever made. Every aspect of who I am has been challenged to become better. All of those areas I said weren't on purpose. I needed them to be better to have success here. It's so very cool to have a level playing field, yet every single person that is on here wants you to win, probably more than you want it for yourself. Because see, when you win, it opens the door for someone else. And that's what happened. I saw people like Brent Palmer, Andrea Rosser, Tammy Maltby, Robin DeMille. I saw them winning and I was like, I want to do what they do. And so I got onto things like this and I listened and I saw what they were doing. And then I added my own vibe to it because I don't want to be a robot. And I started sharing my story, how even a doctor making $500,000 a year still felt mediocre. See, it's not your bank account that tells you whether you're successful or not. It's what's on the inside. And so, man, it's been a journey over the last 7 years. I'm so excited to be here with New Age. I'm sold out on our community. I'm sold out on our leadership. I'm sold out on our products. But more importantly, I'm sold out on being, I want to have a $1 million earning year in a business, like not 7 different income streams. One, I want to take one business and make it a 7-figure earning business. So that's what I'm going to do this year. And I can do that here. And what I'm asking is, can you do that where you're at right now? Do you have the ability to create 7 figures? And if you don't, that's why you're here. Because right here in your part-time, you can add this to the little pockets of your life. And maybe it's not 7 figures that you want. That's my dream. That's my goal. Maybe it's just, right, a couple $100. Maybe it's pay to go get your hair dyed and pay for a baseball bat for your son for Little League. I don't know what your goal and dream is, but I know that you can do it here. If I can earn 7 figures, I know you can get your goal. So, man, wow. I came back to Wyoming and I went cowboy on y'all. I'm sorry.
You did. That was great. I'm fired up. So I love it. So Kristen, talk to us a little bit, share a little bit about who Kristen is.
Sure. Okay. Well, first, thanks for having me. Now I feel like I'm supposed to quit my gym and go in like Dr. Kristal and do the $7 million or 7 figures a year goal. But I'll tell you, I came into this business, I'm ashamed to say, in 2013, but only because I was a product lover. I didn't have a whole lot of interest in the business side. I simply used the products for 9 years. And then I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should start making some money in this. It took that long for me to decide, hey, I need a little bit of extra income. And I'll tell you what was the deciding factor. COVID happened. I am a business owner and I got shut down, as most businesses did. And it was a little bit scary because I was thinking, what am I going to do? Are people going to quit? Am I going to have to rebuild? It was just kind of a wake-up call to needing more than one stream of income. And so that was me saying, I got to make money somewhere else in case this happens again. So there we go. I decided to start working the business because I was a product lover and I wanted to make a little extra money. So that actually was in March of 2000. I sometimes forget what year we're in, 2021. And after just a couple months, I was actually able to free up some time at the gym. So I didn't have to be as quite as present because my money was already being supplemented. So I was able to take off and go do things with my kid, go see her t-ball games, take her to gymnastics, stay at her gymnastics and watch, not just drop her off and then go back to work to train a client and then come back and pick her up. I actually would get to sit and watch. So I started realizing how this business could just open more doors of freedom. And that was what it was. If I could sit in my car for 45 minutes and I go to I sit in carpool for 45 minutes to an hour, Monday through Friday. I'm the first car there. My kid does not like to be the last one picked up. I make sure she's not, make sure she's the first one picked up. But what that does is allows me 45 minutes to an hour to work on this business. I can make calls, I can do posts, I can do social media, I can answer questions for people. And that was my 5 hours. And I'm just being for real. That was my 5 hours I could give to working the business. As Todd, y'all know Todd Rowland, he says, I work the business probably, as less as of anybody he knows, but that's what I can give to it right now because I am a business owner. I'm a mom. She's 7, but it is finding, I see you said pockets. It was finding those little, pockets in my day, those little moments where I could just say, hey, this is the time you designated to that. And it grew. And I made, I don't care. I'll just say it. My first year, I made $30,000 extra that year. That's salary for some people, right? That's a lot of money for me not to have to worry about being in the gym. So if I can do that again or double it or triple it, or like on Dr. Kristal's path, make 7 figures, well, one day I don't have to be in the gym. Now, that is my passion. I absolutely love going and doing that every day, but burnout is real in anything you do. And so I've been doing that now since 2004. So if I could free up a little more time with that, it would be great. And I really feel like this business is going to be my ticket to do that. I have a 10-year plan with it, but I'm still just working it as a side business. Some people can't go full time in it right away. I hope one day I can, but right now it is turning into, well, it's growing a little bit more. It grows a little bit more. And let me tell you, it grows when you work it. So it is going to be like anything, what you put into it will make it expand. Mine is 5 hours a week. Now, I know if I could give it 10, if I could give it 20, it would get bigger. Right now, that's all I have. Hopefully I can get some more, but if I give it none, I'm sorry, it's just not going to work. So it is like with anything. It's like the gym. You can't just walk in the gym and expect to get fit. You've got to put some energy. You got to put some focus into it for it to get better. But it can keep excelling. The more you put into it, the more time, creativity. Yes, talk to your mentors, get a mentor, get an upline. I promise that will be the best thing you can do for your business is ask a lot of questions and let them help you. And don't be ashamed to let them help you, because I still sometimes have no idea what I'm doing. The compensation plan, I'm like, whatever, I know 3 parts of it. That's 3 parts I work. And until my business gets a little bigger, I don't really need to know about anything else because it'll overcomplicate it. Don't make it complicated. So that's kind of my story. It's still one of my streams of income that I work. And hopefully one day it will be like Dr. Kristal's where I can make it my main. Right now, you work it the way you got to work it to what's best for your life and benefit from it, because it can prosper.
Well, those were 2 super powerful stories. And like, one, I'm a little sad that I can't just walk into the gym and magically like get fit. So I'm a little sad that you shared that. Maybe that's been the problem for the last 46 years. But Kristal, I did not know we both ran a half marathon for our 40th birthday. So I did not realize that. So maybe we need to throw another one on the calendar. I know I do. I need to try that again. But that was super powerful. And when you said that, I gotta say, who on this planet, like this entire planet, I don't care who you are, would not be willing to take a pocket of their day, use 5 hours of their week to make $2,500 a month? Because that's what it breaks down to, right? Like, it probably didn't work like that. Like, it was probably like $100 and then it gradually grew, right?
Of
but
course.
to spread that out over a year, like I know some snooty patooties, and I don't think anybody would look down their nose at that. So that was really, really crazy powerful. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm going to switch gears again, and I'm going to ask you both about Renew. And so I'm hoping you can give us kind of a two-part. So maybe tell us a little bit about what Renew is doing for you. And then, maybe you can tell us a little bit about like the science behind Renew, since y'all have that wisdom inside you. Not you don't have to go into crazy detail, but what you think somebody might want to hear from you tonight about it. So if you could just give me both of that, just, whatever strikes your fancy that you can share on Renew, I'd appreciate it.
We look at each other. Hey, guys,
Alphabetical
welcome.
order.
I was going to say, welcome to Tuesday night. This is what happens on Tuesday nights on the women only Zoom. We then take a second and look at each other like, okay, who's going
Where they
first?
go?
Alphabetical order. I don't understand.
Why don't you talk about the science of it? I feel like I have like I'll just ramble when I start talking about my
All right.
transformations on it because I get so excited.
Awesome. Well, here's the best and most wonderful thing about Renew, and actually any of the products inside of the shelves of New Age, that we have this little app that you can pull up on your phone called New Age Share. And if you open that app, you can go to tools, and there's a PDF for almost, I think now every item. It has all the nutritional facts. It has all of the key things, right? I could word vomit everything about Renew. And I will tell you some of the really cool things about it, but you never have to become a doctor to have success here. In fact, I don't want you to become a doctor, because people don't care about your facts. They want to hear about your story. They want to hear that, oh my God, I went to the dentist, and the dentist is like, your teeth are so much whiter than your implant. What are we going to do? What are you doing? Why are your teeth white? And it's like, I've been drinking this Renew, and they say it you absorb calcium better with it. Or that all of a sudden I have little hairs growing on my head. Now, you guys, we don't cure disease, right? We always got to throw this disclaimer out there. But I have had an autoimmune issue since I was 5 years old. And the only thing that has ever gotten the hair with alopecia, your hair will fall out, the follicle, your body attacks the follicle, the hair falls out. There's only one thing that has ever got hair to grow, and that was a steroid. Well, steroids are so terrible for your body, especially for a woman going through hormone issues. Add a steroid, it's a nightmare, y'all. Something's happened. I've got little hairs growing on my head. I'm kind of excited about it. Let's see what happens in a year. Like, that's my own story. Or the fact that, well, if we forget it, someone's getting out of bed to go get it, because we're not going to sleep without it, because it's such a different night's sleep. And we know that we're going to wake up in the morning wide awake, jumping out of bed, instead of I can't tell you the last time I hit snooze. I don't hit snooze anymore. And I used to plan my alarm for at least 5 snooze taps. I don't. So do you see, like, that's my biggest thing with Renew is I know the key things because I can read the box and it tells me the key things that it helps with. But if you really want to know what Renew does, I want you to do the 28-day Renew challenge. I want you to get it, and I want you to track. I literally want you to pull down that PDF that has the challenge. It has you track how you're because sometimes we're just not intently aware of what is going on in our day. We're so forward in the future, we're looking in the back, but we're not present here going, wait, compared to yesterday, how did I sleep? Wait, compared to yesterday, what is my energy? What does my libido look like over the last couple months? And it's always nice when you can say it's better. So HGH, you guys, human growth hormone. this is what I want to say from the health side of it. Those teenagers, they don't have human growth hormone. They have hormones. They have testosterone and estrogen, and it's coming in like crazy. And that's why they're basket cases. And you pray that they make it to their 20s so you don't kill them. Okay. But then in your 20s, your body starts making this stuff called human growth hormone. Now, here's the thing. It's making it, but it's using it at the same time. And so some people use it faster than others. That's a genetic thing. It's the people whose hair grays in their 20s. That's a part of aging, right? Fine lines, wrinkles. We know all the aging process, but HGH is directly responsible for it, right? How about going to bed and waking up broken? Like, what in the heck? What? I went to bed, I was fine. I woke up and something happened. That's aging. That is decreased HGH. Okay. So up until we didn't know, like I was not aware you could get HGH. It's actually not really legal to go get injections like that. It's a whole process to do it. You can do it. I don't recommend it. But what if you could get your body to start creating it again? Because see, it stopped making it. There was a point in your 20s, probably right around 30, where your body's like, yeah, this is all you get. The more stress in your life, the faster you use it. The more unhealthy you are, the faster you use it. So there's things that can be a catalyst to use up your HGH, and maybe your lifestyle is just burned through it. So instead of me giving it to you, what if we were able to consume something that made your body start producing it again? That is what Renew does. It gets your body producing HGH again. It doesn't happen overnight, although you will see some changes quickly, very quickly. In fact, I've been using, and we can talk about it later if you want me to, the 5-night trial, because people do get some results in those first 5 nights. But you know what? The best scenario is the 28-day challenge. Use it. Let's start getting some more HGH in your body. And over the next 90 days, over the next year, man, you're going to look back and be like, I'm so glad I did this for my body, because I feel like a better me. So there's the biology on Renew. And I know Kristen, here's the thing with Kristen and I on Tuesday nights, we're obviously women. We are women. But we're definitely got some years between us that are a little different, right? I'm right in this point. Sorry, guys, this is why we have it split up into girl guys, because sometimes you guys don't want to listen to this, but I'm right on those years of menopause. That's a different woman health-wise. And Kristen is she's in her 30s. She's just coming through that peak in health. And I want you to hear what is so cool about what she's saying. Because if I could go back to where I was peaking and I stayed peaking, this is not for old people. This is for people who want to stay at their best. So, Kristen, will you share? I love to listen to your story.
Yeah. So I started Renew in October when we first kind of were able to get our hands on it at convention. And to be honest, I didn't feel like I needed it. I took everything else we offer. But me being, the person that's going to sell things now, and I was like, whatever, I'll just give it a shot. I told my dad I just wanted one. We were going to split some boxes because he was going to put it all on his cart, which I loved. And so I was like, I'll just take a box. Well, he likes to spend, so he bought like 6 boxes, which I'm so grateful he did, because after I tried it, I really was just thinking I'll just use it for a month just to say I tried it. I didn't feel like I needed HGH. I'm in my 30s. I wasn't, the useful products, unless they're skin, I'm like, whatever, I take everything else, I feel fine. But I tried it. And then the first night trying it, when I got home, or when we got it in, maybe we went home with it, I don't know. The first night I tried it, I slept all the way through the night. And so that's been a struggle for me with sleeping. I like to call myself a stress sleeper. When I wake up in the middle of the night, I start thinking of everything I got to do the next day or that week. And then I can't go back to sleep. Or if I do go back to sleep, I'm up an hour later. I look at the alarm clock. So I would be up and down, up and down. And I slept all the way through the night without getting up. And then I was like, was that a fluke? No, it happened again. And then it continued to happen. And if I did wake up, I would only be awake for a few minutes and I would fall right back to sleep. So that was enough for me to know I was staying on the product. I didn't really care if it did anything else. It was making me sleep and I was waking up feeling refreshed. So I was like, okay, yeah, I guess we'll be adding this to the whole monthly regimen. After about a month or 28, 30 days, I did start noticing physical changes, as in just my endurance. I do work out. I'm training for triathlon now. So I run a lot, I cycle a lot, and my times were getting better without a whole lot of extra training. Because at that time I was not training. I'd just come off of surgery, to be honest. And I was getting faster, just getting faster. I was getting faster running. I've ran a local, and I always tell this story, but I ran a local 10K that I've ran since I was 25 years old here. I ran it for like almost 12 years. And I won overall female at 26 running that race. I've never won it again. But I won it this year at 37 and I was 3 minutes faster than my 26 at 26. So again, I wasn't training for that. My endurance is going through the roof with the changes it's making. That was another. So again, I'm like, it's got to be the Renew. I mean, this is the only thing I could really pinpoint that I'd changed in everything I was doing and taking. So those were obviously like, hey, I'm sold on it. Then a couple months goes into it again, I start noticing actual more changes. And they're all, I mean, it's funny. It's like I'm doing the checklist on the box now. You turn the box over, you see all these things that it says it improves. And now I'm just starting to check them off. I'm like, holy cow. So I like to tell this story on Tuesday nights. I've had keratosis on my face. And I actually I didn't wear any makeup tonight on purpose. So I've always had a very red and splotchy face because I've had a lot of sun damage. I got sun blisters as a child twice all over my face. So I had keratosis on my this side of my face. There were little brown spots, really rough patches of skin. I saw a dermatologist for them. She said they'd have to be lasered, burned, or frozen off. They would not come off on my own. They popped up about 3 years ago. And they were just, they drove me crazy. And I actually had a consult to go meet to have them taken off last month. Well, I didn't have to do that because I was driving about a month ago and was just kind of like bothering me. I was just like rubbing on them and they just came off in my hand. It just peeled completely off. And I was like, that's my skin. And then it was smooth again. There has been nothing coming back. And actually all the coloring is starting to go back to a normal. It was a little red for a couple weeks, but now it's all smoothing out. Like they're just not like, it's like they were never there. Again, it's like, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything about skin. I've been to a dermatologist one time to have a mole removed. And I was going to go to have these removed just because they drove me crazy. It's all I can think that it could be attributed to was I'm having new skin growth and the HGH is now just coming in my epidermis and I'm getting new skin layers. My hair, I've not had it dyed because I'm getting blonde sprigs again. We've talked about the gray turning brown. I'm a natural blonde, although this is all bleached. This is not. And I'm purposely like not wanting to bleach it because at first I thought they were gray. And I've had now 3 or 4 people look at them and I'm like, this cannot be gray hair. Can you please look? We've plucked a few out. They are blonde. So I have blonde hair sprouting out of my head. Now, if I could not have to pay to have my hair done, do you know what? That's saving about another $200. So we're talking more results. I just keep checking them off. I'm just super excited about the product. It used to be MOA. If y'all ever heard me before talk about my favorite product, it was always MOA. MOA is second place now. Renew is first. And I really think that this product will be what will be game changers in your business and my business. Because as we get people who've been on the product for now, I've been on since October. I mean, in a year, what's going to change? In 2 years, what's going to be different? I mean, I'm not going to look 50. I'm going to look 35 for a long time. So anyways, that's kind of my testimony with the product. I obviously have clients with testimonials, and they experience some different things with their libido, with their endurance. And it's just all around an amazing product. And it's a very recurrent product. So once people get on it, they're like me, they do not want to get off of it. So get them on it once and they're going to stick around.
Oh, I love it. Like both of your testimonies that were super powerful. And Kristal, you said something that I went like, and that was you've got to point people, you got to point out what people are going to feel, right? Because I think about myself, and like, I'll tell you, the first night I had an instant mood boost, but I just thought I was just like in a really great mood, like magically for no reason, like at that moment, like totally did not put it together. And then like you, Kristen, I slept really well, but I'm like, well, I'm just less stressed than normal, or my bed's more comfortable than normal, or like I just gave everything the credit but the product. Because it's kind of like a headache. Like, does anybody on here wake up in the morning and go, oh, I don't have a headache today? No, you only notice it when it's the bad stuff. Like you wake up with a headache, you're going to pay attention. But when the aches and pains are going away, or, you're getting a couple, I don't have this yet, but you're getting a couple brown hairs like mixed in with the grays or whatever it may be, you're probably not going to notice that too much unless you were paying attention. So love on your people, love on the people doing your trials, and say, like, pay attention. Like Kristal said, like, go print it out. So both of those were so powerful. You got a double wow with you wanted a 26 and then you beat your own time now. Like that was pretty incredible 12 years later. So talk to us all, like, because if you've tried, and if you haven't tried Renew, like, I kind of want to know if there's anybody on here that has not tried Renew. Like, do me a favor and, like, I don't know, put a sad face in the chat. I don't know, but like, if you have not tried Renew, I kind of want to know. And Joe Mitchell, you do mix it with water, or you can be a maniac. I'll tell you guys what I do because I'm lazy. Do you do this too? Or do you just throw it back?
Oh, good Lord, no.
Oh my gosh,
Kristen.
it works. The face is making me happy. That you just made me joy. I'd heard this. I thought it was bonkers. You take a little sip of water. Okay, this is not for the weak. Okay, but I'm a strong woman and I believe in you guys too. But you take a little sip of water, dump it in your mouth, shake your head, another sip, swallow, and it's gone. Like, and I'll tell you, you get used to the flavor. But if you're not, if you love yourself a little bit more than that, mix it in a little bit of water. Don't do a lot because, well, especially if you're of this age, like you will have to get up and go to the bathroom if you use too much water. But just mix a little bit of water, stir it until it's orange, and you're good to go. If you find the flavor a little sharp, put a little bit of lemon juice in there. Just a little tiny bit. You don't want to put anything with sugar. Probably don't want to do sugar before bed, but just do a little bit and you'll be good to go. But guys, toughen up. You can handle it.
I second Melissa. My regimen is, I do 2 a night, by the way. So I cut 2 Renew and 1 Elite with some scissors, and I mix it with 8 ounces of water. And the Elite is delicious. It cuts all that nasty. I'm sorry, I don't like the taste of Renew. I'm not even going to act like I do. When people ask me, does it taste bad? I say, yes, it does. But it could taste like dog poop, and I'm still going to drink it. So I just make sure I mask it, and I get it down. Some people,
if you can shoot tequila, you can handle it. I bet most people on here have shot tequila.
Oh
You
yes.
can handle it.
Not like elite or anything like that, but I do cut that elite pack right with those renews and I mix them together.
Well, and if there's anybody who like started drinking it in the very beginning and you like drink it and we're like, oh no, the flavor has been improved from even that beginning. Oh, Kristen, it has too.
I
And,
think it
and
tastes good. I'm good
I
with
do
that.
add a little bit of lean sometimes with mine, but I think it's all in how much you blend it. I use one of those
Yeah, I
latte
like the way it
frothers
tastes.
and
So it's just it's not bad.
Kristen, let it sit. If you find it strong, let it sit. Mix it. You know, go wash the last couple dishes that you got in your sink. Come back and then drink it. And I swear it'll be. But
It doesn't
I can do
matter.
it straight.
I could drink it. I could care less what it tastes like, to be honest. It's going down. It's going down.
Well, I'm right there with you. So okay, you guys do something that we all can benefit from. And so I'd love to, and I hope my sound's not going wonky. And do I sound okay? I'd love for you to share. So you both are doing things to grow your business with Renew. Like your bodies are getting blessed every night with your Renew, and Kristen with your two. I might giggle all day if I took. I'll have to try that. I don't know. We'll see. I might be too perky if I do that, but we'll see. I'll try it. But what are you doing for your business, and what can we benefit from with you know what you guys do? And I can share a flyer. But what do you guys do to use Renew to promote your business, and how can we benefit from that? In alphabetical order.
Oh, is that her again?
Sorry.
her again.
You can go, Kristen, first since she's pouting.
I don't care.
Kristen has to go first this time.
Honestly, the thing I do the most is share my story. I do come in contact with a lot of people every day. And so if you're not in contact with a lot of people, I probably on somewhere of the ballpark am around, 40 to 80 people a day. Just because I'm in the gym and I run sometimes 4 to 5 classes a day. So, and then I have personals. And so I see a lot of people. So mine is more of telling my story. And then I obviously have the Renew out. I do some Facebook stuff with it, but I'm just not super pushy. I think you should be careful about your Facebook posts to not be too product pushy, because then people just want to know what you're selling and you're just selling. They'll just scroll right over it. So be more personal when you share something on Facebook, or just talk about something you've experienced with a new product. And then sometimes it's just more about me listening to an issue. So if someone I can't express that enough. Sometimes it's less talk, more listen, because you will hear what people want. And then I just say, well, you know what you should be doing. You should be taking this because this is what it is. And I just tell them this what they need. I don't even really say it's what you should want. I say, you should be doing this. And then I kind of almost like, not force it, but then it's like my recommendation is more of a need, less than a want. I don't really give them much of an option to think otherwise. I might have a little advantage with that just because I see a lot of people in the gym, but it's like your family, your friends, you're going to hear their problems. So then Renew's going to fix a lot of stuff. So just listen for it. And then you can make your suggestion and just explain how it's worked for you without it being salesy. That's my biggest thing. And Renew literally worked. It can go. Doesn't have to be for a fitness person, doesn't have to be for an old person. Renew can work for everybody, whether they're drinkers, smokers, non-exercisers. That's one of these products that anybody's going to notice a change from. So wherever they're at. So
yeah
totally.
Totally. So the sales piece comes when people are just regurgitating facts. If you'll stay when you're talking to people, whether it's on social media or whether it's in the gym or whether it's wherever you're at, and if you're sharing stories where she said listening, like if I hear someone because I'm listening and they say something that I call a green light, Green light meaning it's a go for renew. I'm like, oh, that's a go for renew. Like at some point in time, I'm going to share with them a story that they're going to relate to because I already heard the green light. So what is the connector to that? So if I am standing next to someone who's like, oh my gosh, I am so exhausted, I just wish I could sleep again. Well, here's what I'm not going to do. Oh my God, I got the best thing for you. It increases HGH and all of a sudden you're going to have the best night's sleep. That is salesy. That's what Kristen's talking about. If you see someone say, I'm so exhausted on Facebook, and the next thing is message me, I got something for you. You're selling. Like you could go in with a story. I know, I am sorry. I know how you feel. I've been in your shoes. I'm so glad I figured it out. And you're going to get them messaging you. What did you do? You figured it out? And now they're coming to you, right? I feel, I felt, I found, okay? For me, I want to say this, but one of the things Kristen just said to you was a total golden nugget. And that is mouth open, store open. Like she's like, I'm just talking about it. I'm sharing my story. So if you have a business, you get people through the door. How do you get them through the door? You open your mouth and tell them you got a store. Some people don't even know you have a store. So mouth open, store open. But she said, I'm in front of 40 to 80 people a day. And some of you said, I'm not. That's why I'm not successful. I don't have anybody around me to tell anybody about it. But who do you know who does? Who is in your sphere of influence that you know is like a Kristen that has 40? Are they a hairdresser? Are they a dental technician? Are they a gym owner? Are they a personal trainer? Are they a massage therapist? Like, who do you know that has people going in and out of their sphere of influence all day? Because this is what you could say. I'm working with this lady. She's a gym owner. She's got 40 to 80 people that are going past her, and she just listens. With 5 hours a week, she's added $2,500 to her income. Man, it's incredible what you guys can do with your influence. I never said new age. I never said renew. And they're like, what is she doing? Let's get together. You should hear about it. Do you see the posture in that? You're looking for people who have 40 to 80 people around them if you don't personally. And then like Kristen could then share her story. Hey, I found a way to make these 40 to 80 people going around me residual income. Because let's face it, like weight loss in gyms, like that, there's not a whole lot of residual income because people stop that as soon as the wind blows. They are in and out fast. That's why there's contracts, right, Kristen? She's like, yes, there's a yearly membership for a reason, y'all, because we're flakes. We bail. So don't build your business on a weight loss product. I did that for the last 2 years, and I am vulnerable enough and a better leader to lie to you and say it was the best thing I ever did. It wasn't, because people give up on themselves so easily. I give up on myself so easily. It was like, oh, squirrel, what weight loss challenge? Oh, shoot. That started 2 weeks ago. I'm already 2 weeks behind. And so I go, like what Kristen said, it's a residual product. What does that mean? It means when people start it, they don't put it down. What are some other residual products we have here? Moa, Limu, Noni,
Burn.
right? Burn. Like, we've got a lot of products that once somebody has it, they never want to be without it ever again. So, yeah, I'm using the 5-night trials personally. I love it. It's a great way. But here's the thing. I don't want any of you to think that I want to go sell 5-night trials. Like that's where I'm going to get wealthy, is selling 5-night trials. My whole intention of a 5-night trial is that I'm going to follow up and follow through, because that's where the fortune of a business is. So I am immediately getting them into a system that I'm rolling them into a 28-day challenge. I'm then rolling them in to a subscribe and save as a preferred customer. And then if they have any sphere of influence, I'm sharing a story like Kristen's going, you could add an additional $2,500 to your month. So for those of you who don't know how, or you feel uncomfortable sharing the opportunity, this is the 5-night trials has been the perfect way for me to share opportunity, but start them with something they're a little more comfortable with, which is product. But I'm not going to let them sit there and get too comfortable. I'm going to move them along. So I'm going to lead. And some of us are just afraid to lead. And I'm going to tell you, if you'll step into that land of uncomfortableness, is that a word? If it's not, I just made it up. Okay. Uncomfortableness. Anyway,
Sounds
get
great.
uncomfortable. Get uncomfortable, people. Like if you're like, I don't want to do a 5-night trial, then how can you know whether it works if you've never tried it? If you haven't tried Renew for 28 days and done the little challenge thing, how do you know to talk to people about it if you haven't done it? We have to lead. And the best way to lead is by example.
Well, okay, you ladies are phenomenal. That was powerful. And I'm going to share my screen because I'll tell you, if you were on here tonight, so obviously you are, that was kind of a dumb thing to say, but whatever. Judge me all you want. So you were on here tonight. How many of us would have loved for our sister to have just heard that? Or our best friend or our neighbor, right? To have heard such powerful humans share such powerful stories. And guys, these ladies, and then their gentlemen, kind of like their dads, I guess is how it works. Their dads, not okay. Make me giggle, and then I gotta pull it together. Okay, these ladies do the lady Zoom. Their dads do the gentleman Zoom. And every Tuesday, we can all be blessed. Our businesses can be blessed by their hard work. And it's a little bit of a two-way street. So, you know, what can we do to support it? Well, show up, bring somebody with us, right? So be on, bring a friend. Now that's going to benefit us more than them. But then also, one of the most fun parts of these is they say, raise your hand. So if Joe Mitchell has seen some perks of Renew, or Will Garson saw some things that he really loves, be willing to jump in there. And, you know, if you don't want to talk, throw it in their chat. But other people are going to relate to you as well, right? So I thank you both. That was amazing. And I thank you both for your commitment. You know, I know what it's like to do a call I know what it's like to, you know, try to get on here and you turn on your camera, and I don't know about you guys, but I sweat the whole time because I'm a nervous wreck, and you know, it's hard. So for you to put it out there and let us all benefit from your hard work, I am so grateful. So thank you for joining us tonight. You are incredible. Guys, take a screenshot of this. Get these Zoom IDs. Don't jump on the wrong one. I might drop dead if I was on the gentleman one. Like, I don't know if my face could handle it. So jump on the right one so you don't get embarrassed, and tune into these ladies and bring your guests so that your businesses can grow with it. And I love how you said that, Kristal. Like, I don't think anybody's like, you know what I want to do the rest of my life is sell $5 trials. No, but I'll tell you what I think we all want to do is bless people around the world. I want people to benefit from what I have my hands on. And what's the path of least resistance? Make it small, right? So I'm not saying spend $8,000 with me. I'm saying spend $25 and go check this out, and they will benefit, and they'll benefit short term, and then we can help them benefit long term. So Kristen, Kristal, love you to pieces. Thank you so much for being on here with us tonight. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. and cannot wait to see you all week on the Coaches Corner and next Sunday. But have a great Sunday. Hill and Diane, thank you always for your help. I love you guys. Have a great evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, ladies.
Great job, ladies.
See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Zoom tonight.